Good morning. Welcome to the Carla Marie and Anthony show. My name is Anthony.
I'm Carla Marie.
And I got some notes here on a loose piece of paper. So as the countdown was going down, I asked people to suggest some emotes that we could use as we update our emote channel or emote options on our channel. So we got Chicken Nugget, my picture as The Rock from when I was a kid, dumbbells, Carla Marie dabbing, Seattle Cocktail Club emote, and a Seattle Gummy emote. That was my suggestion after the Cocktail Club one, because I think they should both get one.
For sure.
Let's see. Fred the Mailman said a Game Boy emote, and then Carla Marie decided to curse him out for no reason.
I didn't curse. Yes, of course, it's right. We do need to do change up the state one.
Oh, that's right. What was the plan? How are we going to do that? I feel like I had a plan a couple weeks ago to change it up every now and then. The bottom one would get voted out.
Yeah.
Right? So every day or once a week maybe, I'd say, all right, tell me where you're from or use the emotes. And whoever gave us the least would get replaced by another state.
Which is unfair to
Alaska. It would kind of be like how the Premier League does their whole thing with demoting teams and promoting teams. So I believe it's the Premier League, the last two, I believe, get demoted. And then the top two teams from the bottom league get promoted.
We're done with the sports already.
So we'll do that.
Too much. Carrie wants a bingo emote.
Oh, a bingo emote would be phenomenal.
A little bingo.
We could actually just put that in when we're playing bingo. That's a really good idea.
Mazzy, thank you very much.
Bingo.
The electoral call. Oh.
What else?
Let me see. Oh, Martha said, how do we get the MDF shirt, CM? So.
Oh, that's an OG shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, we also, I guess I should have put that on the list. We didn't even talk about that.
Didn't put that on the list?
No.
Okay, add it. So, Martha, how do you get this? I don't know. I don't know how many we had of these. We had 50 of them in 2015, maybe 2015. And we gave them out to random people who listened to the show, and I don't think we have any more. And
there might be one super extra small somewhere.
The sizes made no sense. Remember, I never forget, I put on a small, and I was like, I can't get into it.
Yeah.
We literally don't even think we have one. Court's showing her life around the country in emotes. She's got a Jersey, a Florida, and now nothing because we don't have a Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be tough to get Tennessee on the list.
Yeah, but Ricky's there too,
So Ricky, Court, Mike, anyone else from Tennessee watching? And you can also comment on YouTube as well.
Yes, please.
Maybe we'll add a YouTube in there to give those people some love. Let me now update this list.
How many times did I sneeze in a row this morning? 4.
That was a lot, yeah. That's what people really tuned in for, Carla Marie, to hear some snot.
Okay, we got a lot to talk about today, and I am excited to finally tell my story. This is the problem. Anthony goes to the gym, and all these crazy things happen to him, and then he doesn't say a word to me about it until we're on the stream. So something happened to me, and I wanted to do the same thing, and I have been for 4 days. It happened on Thursday, and I've been this is the point where it's not even going to faze him anymore because I've been I got to tell you something.
Okay, well, tell us.
No, not now. We got to wait to get this
off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. We do have the hype train on there.
Well, can I show you what we're doing today?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So, Seattle Cocktail Club sent us these. So they're mezcal. Look how cool these bottles are. We'll be saving both of them and putting flowers in them.
These are pretty cool bottles.
We also have agave worm salt.
So there's worms in the salt? They're ground up?
Authentic Mexican worm salt for mezcal and seasoning mixed with magui worms and chilies. I'm not going to be a fan of this.
Mixed with what?
Magui.
Huh.
But
it's all ground together.
Yeah.
So it's like ground beef, but with worms.
They brought us these, and I'm pretty sure this is what we sip in. And you're supposed to put the worm salt on an orange.
Wait, what?
Well, it's a tasting. And if I did this wrong...
There's no way this is... We're not drinking out of this.
Well, what am I putting? The worm salt in there?
Yeah, it seems like it would be a little pinch type, like a pinch.
No, it said on the oranges. Yeah, a mezcal copita is a small cup for sipping mezcal.
Oh, okay.
In Spanish, a copita translates to...
A worm?
Small cup.
Oh, okay. Oh, copita, I got it.
Copita Marie, small cup Marie.
All right. Let's see. It's the worm that lives in the agave plant.
So I'm gonna put. Okay,
Oh.
David Lim, thanks.
Jeez.
Guess I'll be eating worms this morning.
20. That had to be a mistake. Do you need a rebate or something?
A rebate?
I don't know. A refund?
A refund.
Yeah, we'll mail him a rebate. 20 tier 1 gifted subs. That has to take us through all of it. Level 4. Yeah. Oh my God. 223%
Sir.
of level 5. I think we need some shot glasses in the chat.
No. Oh, I was like, well,
And
no,
I
we're
think we
doing
need
cups.
to take the shot because that is, I want to celebrate while that's still on the
Well,
screen.
it's sipping.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go
well,
here.
which one are we gonna do first? This is single Magooey. I'm definitely saying this wrong. Woo! That has alcohol in it.
Okay, that's probably good, right? Because we're going to do each bottle. And then the worm salt goes on the,
Did
sorry.
you really just...
The worm salt goes on the orange.
Yeah, look at this though. It's a little.
The cork.
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with you?
I feel like I got a lot of sleep.
I got none. So
I know.
D-Lim, shout out to you.
Are you okay? Did you hit the wrong button? You meant to do 2 and then you hit 20. That's definitely what happened. Okay, so it says make slices of orange and dust one side. So these are wedges. So we're just put it on one side anyway. One side with worm salt. Eat after drinking to enhance the flavors of mezcal.
All right, here you go. You could do the worm salt thing.
Should we smell it?
Yeah. Why don't you
Nope.
do a little dab and
No, I'm not a.
why? Is
not
it
a-
spicy?
It just smells like something I don't want to eat. What? The
I
bottles?
think it smells fine.
Seattle Cocktail Club said the bottles are made in the same village as the mezcal.
Oh, that's cool.
Like you absolutely have to. You don't throw out this bottle.
No, it's a pretty cool bottle. I think I've been seeing these bottles in a lot of Mexican restaurants. Like they'll kind of fill their top shelf with just those bottles because they look so cool. Scotty said slept like ass last night. Thank goodness I don't got no job.
Okay, that one's yours.
Okay, that's fine. That's a lot of worm salt. Now,
Worm salt. That's
Thank
a good
you.
rapper name too.
no, it's not. Thank you. Oh, thank you to
No,
D-Lim
what are you doing?
for the 20 subs.
You got to sip it first.
I'm gonna sip and drink and sip and drink.
Wait, do I? So I just sip? I don't drink all of it at once.
You can do whatever you want.
Wait.
Cheers to you, Carla Marie.
Cheers.
Cheers to Seattle Cocktail Club. Cheers to you for helping us get here.
Mm.
The worm salt's actually really good.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I'm scared though. It's worms.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you've eaten a worm or two in your life at some point.
Nope.
It's probably been like a pie or an apple pie.
Wow, this is really
What?
this is really good.
This is very, very good.
Hmm.
This,
Jinx.
now let's have it after.
Okay,
get
so
out.
which one did we have? The Come on.
We had the green one.
No, I know, but how do you say that?
Tempestate? Tempestate. Tempestate is how I would say it. I don't know.
This. Oh,
Scotty said, "Little worm salt." Name of the rapper. The next track is "Inching Through the Mezcal." All right, are we doing the next one?
sir. I feel like I'm on somebody feed Phil.
Why?
Like in, trying cool things out of cool cups.
Didn't they try to make him eat scorpion or something?
No, I forgot what it was. And he wouldn't do it. Which I was like, no, you have to if you're on a TV show.
I do. So I will say, when you travel, especially internationally, I think it's your goal or your job to eat one thing that we would most likely never eat here in America or wherever you're from, right? Because that's kind of part of the experience, is really jumping into where you are culturally and culinarily. That's a word. You're right there, Carla?
Yeah, because you know what just threw me off a bit?
What?
the texture of the orange is obviously like gooey, and in my mind, I was eating a real worm, and I didn't like that part of it.
Did you ever eat mealworm? Oh, you did eat mealworm in ice cream here at Salt and Straw.
I don't think I ate that one. You did.
I definitely did.
Okay, this is
Mealworm doesn't really taste like anything. And eventually, when we have no more farmland and no more like
we're gonna eat bugs.
vegetation, we're just gonna be eating bugs.
This is Borraggio.
Borrego? I don't know. That sounded kind of Italian of me. In Iceland, I ate puffin, says Fred the Mailman. Whale and fermented shark meat.
Puffins are cute.
Oh, puffins are the penguin. Isn't that a penguin? Right? They're like the cute little penguins.
Yeah.
I had a jellyfish eyeball when we were in Taiwan. Or no, a fish eye, and then I had jellyfish. Yeah. And didn't we have shark soup?
You did. I didn't.
Shark fin soup or something? Yeah. Cute and delicious, said Fred the Mailman. Let's see. I have a question. Did Prime change the way to subscribe to Twitch? Having trouble resubscribing. We do need to look into that and then probably create a new video because they've changed it once or twice.
But Coconut Love, it's showing us that you are subscribed via Prime. Mm-hmm. It's got the little
that's what the crown is, right?
Crown is, but you can't subscribe via Prime on a phone. You have to do it on desktop.
Yes.
Pause.
Jeez. Snotty McGee over here. You should really get your nose checked out.
I'm going to do the environmental allergy test at Dr. A's.
Was that for like allergies?
Yeah, because I've never had one of those. I've obviously done it for food, but I'm going to do it for the whole environment.
Snotty Marie, back at it again. All right, let's do this second tasting. I'm a real big fan of the worm, salt, and orange.
Sorry, I was ewing Fred the Mailman.
What?
He said puffins are like a toucan and a penguin had a baby, and it tastes like thinly sliced roast beef.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't think I'm eating meat ever again after this.
Cheers, Carla Marie. Cheers to Seattle Cocktail Club.
Cheers.
And cheers to you for our second tasting.
I feel like I got to do it like this. Mmm.
I like that one a little more.
Mm-hmm. I like that one better. Wait, this worm salt's too far down.
Ooh, got a kick of that salt.
Well, it's got chilies or something in it.
That is really good. I use that salt on everything.
Yeah, you can. It's seasoning. What are you going to put on chicken?
Yeah, that'd actually be pretty good on chicken.
Whoa, Jen. That's crazy.
Jen, thank you very much for the, what do we got? 10 tier 1 subs. So we got 30 tier 1 subs between two people this morning.
Absurd.
Thank you very much.
We will look into what's going on with Amazon. We'll see if we can poke around under the hood. Becky from Miami, we adopted a kitten in a weekend. I'm super allergic. I've had a miserable week. Like you see, I'm sneezing and runny nose. I might have to get someone to take the kitty. It breaks my heart. Okay, before you do that, before you rehome an animal, there are a lot of things you can do. I know it's hard.
But it's also early enough where it's not like...
I know that. But there are things you can take an allergy pill, or I know shots. That's a whole nother...
Or you can find someone that will give the cat a safe home.
But something as simple as putting a purifier in your house can help. That helped my dad when I was home over the holidays with the cats. There's like dander sprays you can put on them.
She said she's taking Zyrtec every day. Yeah. And listen, sometimes it's not going to work out, and then it's okay.
Isn't it
Do not feel
bizarre?
guilty.
Maybe I'm allergic to cats.
Okay. You got to...
I'll be honest, this only happens when I'm on Twitch.
Maybe you need to like shower and clear out your nose in the morning.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen on Wednesdays.
Oh, no. Okay. On to the show. So, June 6th, 2022. Welcome to the show now that we're done with the drinks. Carla Marie, I do want to get into the third item first.
Okay.
My Day Friday podcast coming to an end. The reason I want to get to that is I know we usually do an hour-long show. If you're listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, I want to get to this early. My Day Friday is coming to an end. We talked about it in the last My Day Friday podcast. We're going to have 2 more episodes. Yep. We'll have this week, which will be the, 10th? Is this Friday? And then the 17th. And the 17th, will be a live show.
In New Jersey.
Yep.
At the Jersey Shore. I'm getting the form right now.
So if we're in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, somewhere you can make it there on a Friday afternoon or Friday evening, we would love to see you there. It's going to be done a little later. We're not going to have it super early on a Friday because we want people to be able to show up and maybe do a half day of work if they can.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's weird saying out loud that it is officially coming to an end.
It is bittersweet because My Day Friday has been our podcast baby. That is the only reason we've really, Elvis, but that podcast was the catalyst to so many things. And it just made sense at this point to retire it, essentially. And it's hard because there's nothing wrong with it, right? We talked about this in the podcast of it's so nice being able to decide on our own, kind of end on a high note. It's not like we have to end it. Being able to just end something and celebrate it and being able to do it on our own is just the absolute best feeling in the world.
Jordy Matthews said, what made you guys decide now versus any other time? We had been thinking about it on and off for a year. Originally, we thought when we got let go that we weren't going to be able to do it at all. We thought that was the end. We got fired on July 20-something.
Yeah.
And we'd never be able to do it again because that's what iHeartRadio was essentially trying to do. And thankfully, Elvis came in, saved the day, and said, no, you're not going to do that to them. And after some back and forth with legal, we were able to do the podcast again. It still was owned by iHeartRadio. And that was one of the problems. As much as we appreciate Elvis's effort and Elvis, putting his name out there for us and swinging his weight around a little bit.
Yeah.
It was something that we weren't going to be able to meaningfully monetize at any point. Because anytime we did anything, at least 50% would be going to iHeartRadio. And there's so much effort. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but there is a lot of effort that goes into doing a weekly podcast. It takes up a lot of mental space. It takes up a lot of energy, like Carla Marie said. And we just decided with all the things that we're doing between the morning show podcast and this.
Essentially, once we started the morning show podcast, we were like, My Day Friday has to end at some point. And
because we also want to do other things as well. And at some point, you can't keep adding to your plate. You have to take things off.
And also with Twitch, it got to a point where it was like, well, I have this cool topic. Where am I going to talk about it? My Day Friday or Twitch? And it was almost like we were spreading ourselves, our energy and our content, spreading it thin when we could have been just kind of putting it all here. And what is it going to give us at the end of every week? Time-wise back, hour and a half.
Yeah.
But just it's a one less thing on your to-do list every week.
And it frees up your mental space to be a little more creative to do other things. And I think that's, especially if this is something that you're dealing with, if you have a job that, and most jobs ask you to be creative in some capacity, you've got to give yourself free time to be creative. Because if you're just checking things off of a to-do list, that's not a good space for creativity. You need to be able to listen to other things and to go out and experience life. And we're trying with the things that we do to be able to still have room for that, because that's where a lot of the fun and the creativity that we like to make sure that we're providing comes from.
Yeah.
So there was a message in here from Allison who said, I want to go and will actually be in Jersey that day, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So you can always stay in touch with us. Right now, there are still spots available.
Yeah, maybe fill out the form and then, because I haven't emailed anyone yet. So if you filled out the form, you're like, I didn't get an email. If you filled out the form, you are, actually, I haven't checked it this morning, but as of yesterday, you were guaranteed a spot. So I'm going to send out an email that's
as of yesterday, June 5th, regardless of when you listen to this.
Fill out the form and then just stay in touch because we have it capped, but we did give ourselves some wiggle room. My entire family is planning on coming. So they were not taking up spaces of people trying to come too. We made that separate.
Yeah, and Karina and Lenny are both saying kind of the same thing. It does clear up the I don't know if I said this on Twitch or My Day Friday confusion.
Always.
So it'll be interesting, and I think at some point we've talked about this for a while. We will most likely be adding another Twitch day somewhere down the road, not right away.
Yeah.
And this allows us to do that as well.
Jordy, why didn't send out the email yet? I mean, we sent out a newsletter this morning, but
Mhm.
there's no like, hey, you're in. That's coming soon.
So yeah, if this is still the first week of the announcement, so the week of June 6th to June 10th, you still can probably sign up if that's when you're watching. I try to say this for people who are watching down the road too. Make sure you hit the link. It's in the newsletter we sent out. It will be in the description of this YouTube episode. And you can always message us, hello@carlamarineanthony.com. Don't DM us about going because there's just a lot of stuff in our DMs. So we want to make sure that everything goes to hello@carlamarineanthony.com.
Yep.
What were you looking at before, Carla Marie? You
Uh,
were like squinting at something.
oh, I was trying to read that DJ name. DJ Sir Lancelot. Okay.
Cool. I like those emotes, the you rock emotes.
Yeah.
Now, on to Carla Marie's whatever experience.
Oh, sorry. Before you say that, Sonali just
Yeah.
said something that made me think of this. So in going through this process of deciding we were going to end Monday, Friday, I went through like all of our old drives to find like photos. And when I did that, I found the original episodes of My Day Friday. So just a quick behind the scenes. We started My Day Friday April 2014. In October, November of that year, iHeart decided to actually put podcasts on the iHeart app. They weren't on the app yet. We were just posting it to like this podcast website, but then also to elvisduran.com. You would have to listen to the audio on the website. So when that happened, iHeart then transferred our podcast over to like their platform. And what happened was every podcast episode up until that point kind of like disappeared.
Yeah.
So I found 19 episodes, the first 19 episodes of My Day Friday. And I'm going to put them out this week. We're going to just sit down and do quick little intros of there. I think we're going to do in like the Lost Files, like 3 different. I'm going to put them together.
Okay.
But it'll be released as like 3 different podcasts, about like an hour and a half each. And it's
We sound so different.
so different. And I'm so annoying. So, I mean, way more annoying than I am
Some
now.
things stay the same.
And it's so, that's the craziest thing for me is like listening. I'm literally driving around like this. Just like, I don't know. It's such a cool feeling to be able to listen to that and knowing everything I know now and had no idea what was ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And it, like you said, some things are the exact same and some things are totally different. So it'll be really cool for everyone to listen to.
Let's see. It's Meg, not Megan, said, will we still be able to listen to it when it ends, or will iHeart take it down?
I mean,
It'll be up as long as iHeart wants it up. They own it, essentially, and I can't see them taking it down because
they don't even
every
know.
single listen is a couple extra cents for them. So, let's see. Felipe from Florida just gifted 1 tier 1 sub to Jose A416.
Thank
so,
you.
welcome to the sub life. That sounded weird, right? The Lost Files
Yeah. that's fine.
will be up this week.
Yeah, we got to sit down and just do a little intro.
All right. Well, let's move on to really item number 1 on the list, Carla Marie,
Oh, okay.
which is the shame of New Jersey.
Okay.
I don't know what this means.
So this actually starts off really positive and a little pat on the back for me.
Oh, so we're doing claps from strangers first?
It's the same story.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we'll get 2 little checks. Okay. I was parking on Market Street here in Ballard, which is the busiest street we have essentially in Ballard. But I was parallel parking. And because I am an absolute boss at parallel parking, I literally went doot, doot, boom, in like within seconds. And I was in front of Shingletown, a bar here in Ballard, and there were 5 people standing outside. And after I hit put it in park, I look up and I see them and they're doing this. And I was like, F yeah, that's awesome. And I was laughing. So I get out of the car and they're like, that was an amazing job. And I said, thank you. And I bowed. And they were like, seriously, watching people park in Seattle is our favorite pastime, our favorite, spectator sport. They're like, for some reason, it's something we just always love to do. And that was probably the best park job we've ever seen.
Wow.
And I was like, thank you. And as I was walking, and they were all like, yeah, clapping, whatever. And as I'm walking away, and I was like, must say, it's probably because I moved here from New Jersey. And I don't know why that came out of my mouth, but I wanted them to know that I was like, I learned how to parallel park because I was forced to at 17 years old, living on the East Coast where that's all you have to do. And they were like, as soon as I said, like, when I'm telling you, we were all laughing, joking. When I said I moved here from New Jersey, you could have heard a pin drop. They said nothing. They just stared at me and then just turned around and walked away.
I mean,
no, it was the weirdest thing. I can't even fully explain how awkward it became when I said those words.
that's what the words New Jersey do to people. It really is.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, Seattleites absolutely hate New York, New Jersey, like East Coast.
Most
like,
people do.
yes.
Like almost everywhere around the country, they're going
True.
to hate New York and New Jersey.
But when I'm telling you, I have never in my life felt such daggers from eyeballs.
Yeah, you should have kept that to yourself.
And I was like, this is why I don't talk. Like, this is why I don't say things in public. But I will say, I got clapped by strangers for parking because I'm way better than Anthony.
I mean, you didn't have to drag me into this, but let me explain something now that you did. I am an okay parallel parker. I'm an okay driver when it comes to parallel parking. But people who brag about parallel parking annoy me, aka Carla Marie. And I'll tell you why. You didn't do anything miraculous. There's probably another spot you could have picked. Oh, I fit into such a tight spot. I'm so cool. No one cares. Go
Yes, they
park.
do.
I will actually.
Those people cared.
I will
You
actually.
can't say no one cared. I got clapped.
5 people that hate New Jersey cared. Congratulations. 5 people that shamed you from where you were born, which has nothing to do with the choice you made. Clap for you. That says a lot about the actual act of parallel parking. I do hate parallel parking in front of people because I know that they're watching.
Oh my God, they were that was the thing. I was like, oh my God. And I still somehow.
But for me, and I used to do this even when I would go to like a crowded mall, like the Garden State Plaza in New Jersey. Not that you have to parallel park there.
Yeah, it was good.
But I try to park in the easiest fashion possible. So if that means at a crowded supermarket or shopping mall, I'm parking all the way in the back, I don't care. I would rather save myself the time of not circling around looking for the best spot or not going back and forth, blah, 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 fitting into a tight spot for no reason. I would rather save myself that time and anxiety and park further away, just get out of my car and use my legs. And that's it.
Okay.
Ew, I'm such a good parallel parker.
And like when Anthony's parallel parking, I'm like, cut the wheel. What are you trying to do?
Yeah, there's nothing more annoying than that. Because I can parallel park. I've parallel parked
And
many
I don't
times.
really, I'll be honest, I like to go the vintage way. I don't really like using the camera in the car.
Oh, I do. And I started taking that actually from my cousin Michelle. Because she'll use the rear view camera.
The backup yet.
And doesn't even look at like the guidelines that'll say like, like the little red marker or the green marker that's like you're getting too close. She'll like almost tap the car behind her. And it's because parking near her apartment is a little difficult.
Yeah.
So if you find a spot, you've got to take it. So now I do that. And I'm just like, I'm not even looking at the red markers. I'm just going to get right up on that bumper behind me. I would like a front camera as well.
That's what your eyes are for.
No, because it's a little different. When you have a sloping hood, I think I'd be able to fit into even more spots if I had a front camera as well.
I'm not really like gonna let you run with this, but you also had a Jeep in the beginning of your driving.
Oh, which are
career,
the easiest things to park.
parking like a little cube.
Yeah.
It's
And the
super
Jeep
easy
was
to
super
park.
easy because the back tire was
The back.
your back, and your bumper was maybe
You see everything.
like 6 inches in front of your hood.
There's a front camera. We need that car.
Ooh, so Kelsey has a front camera? I do like, what is it? I know Teslas have it, but like that surround view,
Yeah.
the bird's eye view of your car. Have you seen those?
Yes.
It's kind of wild.
It is.
Let's see, I haven't parallel parked in years, says Dana on Long Island.
What? She said the last time I did, someone clapped for me too.
But because I did it very slowly. Probably not because it was like a boss move. That sounds like more of a sarcastic clap. Let's see. VW buses are also... I have parked a VW bus once. I don't know if I parallel parked it, though. But they are easy to drive because, like, the back window is the very back and the front is the very... You're, like, on top of the steering wheel, on top of the bumper. Let's see. The Subaru Accent has front and back. I'm sure that was probably, like, a package we could have upgraded to on the Mazda.
Yeah, we don't even have a heated steering wheel.
Oh, my God. Life is so hard. You live in Seattle, not Minnesota. It doesn't even get that cold.
Yeah, but
I haven't even used gloves here.
yeah,
Why
but
would I need a heated steering wheel?
you're not outside in the winter to need gloves.
Okay, but sometimes I'm sure if you got out of your car or out of your home and into your car in Minnesota, you would need gloves for that walk in the winter. Even though you're
Anyway,
not like outside.
I say that because the car that we used to have had a heated steering wheel, and this was a decision we had to make because it was $300 cheaper a month to go with this car. Not because of the heated steering wheel, because that would be absurd.
Yeah, that heated steering wheel, it's expensive.
But we have heated seats. That's all I care about.
I do. It's weird. Certain cars, you get used to something. So like I had my Jeep originally, which had no bells, cameras, nothing.
Nothing.
Right? No
locks.
nothing. Yeah, barely. And then when we moved here, Carla Marie got her Jeep Grand Cherokee.
I had a Wrangler at first.
Yeah, but when we moved here, you
I
had
had
the
Wrangler.
Wrangler and then the Cherokee.
Yeah.
And the Cherokee had all the bells and whistles.
Oh my God, it was the best.
And I borrowed that car because we were living in the same building, going to the same place for work. So I haven't purchased or leased a car since moving from New Jersey. The only car I've ever owned really is my first Jeep.
Getting insurance is going to be an absolute bitch for you if you ever need to.
Yeah, but I'll be like old by the time I get a car. So they'll be like, "Oh, you're old.
No, there's a
You're responsible."
You have to pay a fee for having like a lapse in insurance.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. What if I'm on your insurance? Does that count?
Yes.
So then I'll just
now
be put on your
generally
insurance.
Covered. Ooh, Jackie Red. She said, I got a new CX-5 last winter, which is what we have, and wanted the heated steering wheel so bad. What a luxury that would have been, but the money was too big of a difference for that feature.
Exactly. There are certain features where when they tell you like, "Oh, we can add this and it's this much extra on your lease or on your financing," you think about it and you go, "That's a lot of money every month for something I'm not going to use every month."
Yeah.
Because like, do you need your heated steering wheel in the summer? You don't.
No.
But you're going to be paying for it in the summer.
Does it cool?
Some do. I feel like when my mom do they still have a Mercedes? I don't know if they do, but I think there's like little air conditioned steering wheels.
Okay, first of all, Jordy Matthews said saving so much money, no payment, no insurance, no gas. No, he pays.
Oh no, I don't pay for the insurance.
Yes, you do.
But I do pay. I do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bundled in there. So I do pay. I probably pay for gas more often.
I need
Actually,
to check that. I think we had to pay.
I think I actually pay for gas more often than you do, probably. Which is kind of stupid because I drive like a block and a half, and you go all the way out to Bothell for your dentist. You know?
Okay, you mean my orthodontist? Well,
Yes.
my dentist is in Bothell, but my orthodontist I go to more is in Sammamish.
Yeah, those are way further drives.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. So there's a gas station not too far. What?
No good.
What'd you say?
Just finish.
So there's a gas station not too far up from here. It's a Shell station, and for a while they always had the cheapest gas in the area. Not anymore.
It's like $47 a gallon over there.
Now Safeway is like probably the cheapest one,
and
and then Costco.
Yeah.
But I went there because there's I don't know half a dozen gas stations pretty close to us. I'll never go to a Chevron because those are for some reason $8 more expensive than everywhere else. But I went to this Shell station, and it's if you're familiar with the area, it's across from a QFC, and there is a Bikini Barista there. It's where I took Sam, which I still have to post that video at some point. So I'm filling up my gas, and like most of the country, it's a self-serve station, right? So you've got to get out of the car and fill up the gas.
Yeah.
And I was like clearing stuff out of the car, and all of a sudden I look up, and when I first pulled in, there was nothing going on at the Bikini Barista. Like I didn't see a human being. There was no cars, nothing. So I kind of stopped paying attention. And then as I'm clearing out garbage from the car, usually like Seattle Gummy Company wrappers and things like that, something catches my eye. And now there's two girls standing outside of the Bikini Barista stand.
Like Bikini Baristas?
Yes.
Were they
guess,
naked?
well, I think one of them had either just gotten off of her shift or something, because she was outside of the Bikini Barista stand in like normal clothes, right? And then the other girl, I say was outside of the stand mainly just because her butt was outside of the stand.
Oh.
Like And then they were doing this little photo shoot, which I'm sure they were going to post on social, like, hey, I'm here from this time to this time. Come hang out, see my butt, whatever. Good for you. But I'm looking at them do this. I'm looking at them do this whole photo shoot. And it's going on. The girl's getting all the angles, phenomenal photo shoot friend. And then the one girl who's got literally her butt hanging out of the Bikini Barista window, the drive-through window, kind of like sarcastically waves at me like, what are you looking at? And I had it took every ounce of energy for me not to yell back, your ass is hanging outside of a window. I'm not the weird person here. Like,
yeah, I would have been watching also.
Yeah.
Was anyone else around you?
No, I was the only car. So it was literally me and a butt photo shoot. I don't know what you expect from me, but if there's a butt photo shoot, I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
You're going to watch the photo shoot.
Okay, so we do need to clarify. Jordy Matthews said, what is a bikini barista?
Oh.
It sounds self-explanatory, but why have I never heard of this? Okay.
It's a Pacific Northwest thing for the most part.
Yes, and there are these small, like, little coffee stands, and in most places, they are actually at gas stations. It's truly like a little shed,
Mm-hmm.
and even some of them aren't bikini baristas. We have, like, mini little coffee shops that are no joke. Like, when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and in the parking lot, there's, like, those sheds. That's what the coffee shop is.
Yeah, they're essentially like the Tough Shed model.
Right.
And they're just made into tiny roadside coffee stands.
But there's some, like, there's Ladybug Espresso, and they look like little ladybugs outside. Like,
They're painted.
Not the people.
They're dressed like sexy
the sheds.
ladybugs.
And these women, I guess, started as wearing bikinis when this whole trend started, whenever that was. But now it's truly to the point where they are wearing just like tiny little thongs and X's on their nipples. And you just pull up and you're like, can I get an espresso? Can I get a cappuccino? Put some extra Splenda in there. Thank you. Goodbye.
I'll try to have by either tomorrow or Thursday, I will have the reaction video I took of Sam.
But you don't have the girl in it.
No. And I would never just film
Right.
a girl in her bikini without like letting her know first. I took the video from inside the car and it was directed at Sam the whole time.
Right. And so the one coffee shop that Anthony's talking to now, we always pass it, and they have officially put up like two like giant wooden, I don't know, what would you describe, like a fence?
It's a big fence,
but
yeah.
It's not a fence in that like it surrounds it. It's just
It's a barricade.
like a 6-foot long fence. You can still see.
Yeah.
Truly, you can still like see them when you're driving by, but it was probably because people were like really trying
Well, I think when I first saw them build that, because that's a relatively new addition to the place, I thought it was like maybe the town said, hey, we don't want to see people seeing your butts from the street. I actually think they did it to block people from staring at them while they were filling up gas. Kind of like what I was doing, I guess.
But you can still see.
I don't know. It's kind of a useless barricade or a useless wall.
But every time I see a car in there, it's always like a guy by himself. And like, listen, I get it. Like, these women are making so much money off of this. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, the crazy thing is, so Scotty said coffee at home is 50 cents. Starbucks black coffee is $3. Ladybug is 10. And here's the crazy thing about the prices at the Bikini Baristas. And I don't buy coffee from them, so I don't really know. I don't buy coffee from anyone, so I don't really know the breakdown. But I do know that these women make hundreds and hundreds of dollars in tips every shift. So not only are you paying more probably for this Bikini Barista service, but a lot of these guys are throwing $5 and $10 tips every time they go. So you're paying like $20 for I'm assuming a subpar coffee.
First of all, do you have any idea how many things I spilled on me when I was a server? Like I would
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Burns all over my body.
Yeah,
There's absolutely no way.
No one wants nip burns.
We did have that dirty little secret who was a bikini barista who said that when she picks her nose, she has nowhere to wipe them because she doesn't have her clothes on, so she wipes her boogers under the counter.
And you know what's funny is everyone's like, oh my God, that's so gross. I just can't imagine thinking to myself, I'm going to go get my coffee from a roadside stand from a woman who is wearing next to nothing and have a hygienically positive experience. Like, it's just, you've got to assume if you're rolling up to a place like that, you're making some sacrifices, you know?
Does your hair have to be back? when you're serving food? Mine did.
I don't think these girls have their hair back.
Because that's my next question.
We should probably have to. Well, next time we drive by, I'm sure you'll see if they have their hair back or not.
Well, you can't follow them. Okay, so this is where I was also going to go with this. They have an Instagram account for this specific one. All of them really do. But it's private, and it says, come through the stand, and we will follow you back, or we'll let you in. I'm like...
Which is genius. Because they ain't giving it up for free.
Martha, do they wash their hands every time they pick their wedgies? Great question, because you know they're picking wedgies.
Let's see. Before Bikini Barista was a thing, my dad went to the same stand every day. Overnight, they changed it to a bikini stand, and my dad was so confused and beat red. That's hilarious, Jordan.
Wait.
I feel like that's something you've got to give someone like a week's notice. Like, by the way, next Monday, you're going to have a very different wait staff.
What was
here.
In early 2020 in Capitol Hill, they opened up one that was men, but it didn't survive the panine.
Isn't that like when they tried to open up like the opposite of Hooters was like Peckers or something? It was like guys wearing like...
And this is like, it's fun. Like women aren't like going to these places.
Exactly. Women don't... I feel like
not in droves, right? Like we will.
I feel like a place like Peckers would do well in like Nashville and Scottsdale and Miami, where you have bachelorette parties, right? And it's a novelty thing. You're only open maybe Thursday through Saturday and very late at night. Yeah, but it's not a place like Hooters.
Like I'm telling you, I've never been to a Bikini Barista because I cannot, like, not that I'm like mad about it. Like, I'll go work there. I don't care. Well,
you would not work there.
Dare me.
I'm not doing that.
Okay. So I can't, because I will literally be like, I can't do it.
Well, Sam, so when I took Sam, the whole thing was we were going to surprise Sam and I was going to tell her, oh, it's a roadside coffee stand. I'm not going to tell her it's a bikini thing. And I didn't expect, because I've never been to one either. I went to one, actually, I take that back. I went to one as we were driving up to Whistler, and the woman was conservatively dressed compared to the other bikini baristas we've seen. She was still in very much a bikini, but when I rolled up with Sam, I mean, that girl was practically naked. I mean, she had a very, very thin thing on the bottom. I don't even know what I'd call it. There wasn't a lot going on. And almost nothing on top. And I was like, this is definitely weird.
Now I have a question.
Especially because I don't drink coffee, so I had to like lean back and have Sam order over me.
When we were going, Anthony's talking about up to Whistler. It was when we first moved here. It was truly like a month after we moved here. And our friend Derek, who we met here, was like, oh, well, let's go up to Whistler. We'll go skiing. Steve from Roosevelt's flew out. All of us were going up together. And we stopped to get gas. And Derek's like, do you guys want to go to the Bikini Barista? And they're like, oh, we've never been to one. I was like, I will not. I don't need coffee or anything. I'm just going to go inside the gas station. And my favorite thing is Anthony goes to the Bikini Barista, the coffee stand, is like, can I get a hot chocolate?
I don't drink coffee. So I got a hot chocolate. It was a decent hot chocolate.
Can I have some hot cocoa with marshmallows?
Oh, if she gave me marshmallows, I would have been pretty pumped, but there were none. So, and it's funny, we mentioned how like a Peckers as opposed to a Hooters wouldn't do that well, just because the clientele is not really there. And it's weird with Hooters. I know this happens in Jersey. There are two types of people that keep Hooters alive. So I don't know if this is the way it works everywhere in America. It's usually old guys who will go by themselves. And they're the ones.
Do you want me to call my sister and ask her who her clientele were when she worked at Hooters?
And she'll probably tell you this. It's old guys who go by themselves, and Little League or Pee Wee teams, after they win a game, their coaches will usually take them to Hooters. Because it's like...
There's no way that's allowed.
Oh, my friends who used to play football growing up all went there.
I took my nephew. Ashley? Hang on. You're going to be live on the show. Where are you? What? Oh, okay, never mind. I'll call you later. Bye.
What is she doing?
I'm at the vet with Milo.
Oh, that's her
Imagine
dog.
being at the vet and talking about...
But yeah, that's one. So Court says that's 100% who goes. It's usually old guys.
Yeah, but I'm telling
Little
you
League
right
teams.
now, I don't think that you're like starting this year. I don't think you're allowed to take Little League teams to Hooters.
That's nonsense. Hooters would shut down.
So when
Hooters would no longer exist outside of Atlantic City and Florida.
Listen,
if Little League teams couldn't go.
People are too woke. You can't go to Hooters.
No, that's...
I took my nephew when he turned 13, and I remember being, and that was, so No, not 13. Wait, he just turned 16. So I was still living in New Jersey. It was at least 8 years ago. So he was like 8 or 9, I guess. And I took him to Hooters, and we had a blast. He loved it. And I remember posting a photo, and I was like, I'm going to get so much crap. And I didn't get so much, but there were people that were like, that's disgusting.
No, it's not.
A child to Hooters. And I'm like,
have you taken a child to the beach?
I'm like, they're going to see boobs on the internet.
And it's Hooters. It's funny. Hooters has this reputation, right, of being like, I don't know, for some reason, like a sleazy place. And I get it. The idea behind it is like, oh, attractive women with big boobs work at Hooters. That's like what
But that's not actually what happens.
The idea they sell.
Someone tried recruiting.
They're in normal ass shorts and a t-shirt.
Ass shorts?
Normal ass, yeah.
So I remember my freshman year of college, I got a message on MySpace from someone who worked at Hooters because what they do is they have other Hooters girls try to recruit. I don't know if they get like a commission.
What?
Something popped up.
Oh, yeah, it restarts after every so often.
And she reached out and she was like, hey, would you be interested in working at Hooters? And I was like, I don't have any Hooters. And they're like, no, like that's a thing people think you need, but like you don't, you're super cute. And I'm like, I'm good. But then, so fast forward, my favorite thing was that my sister worked at Hooters. We were all from Elvis's show supposed to show up one day while she was working at lunch. We never went.
Which one did she work at? Was it Route 4 or Route 17? One of them closed recently. Was it a standalone or was it next to a damn good deli and Firewater?
I can't remember. I can see it. I just don't remember. We can ask her. So
it was Hackensack and Paramus, I believe.
I think it might have been Paramus. So then I remember because they're not supposed to wear their uniform outside. They're supposed to like throw on sweats and stuff when they're leaving and going for safety reasons and whatever.
Okay.
But I remember one day she came home and like was getting ready to leave, and it was the first time my dad saw her in the outfit, and he was like, "That outfit's cute," and I was like,
"It's not a bad outfit. It really isn't."
But with the socks, and I can't, and they have to like buy their. Remember that whole thing that was like going viral recently, that they have to buy their own. They have to buy their stockings, and there's like a stocking machine in the bathroom for them, and they have to like buy them often because they always rip because you can't have rips in your stockings.
Let's see. Texas Chris said Anthony has some deep knowledge of the NJ Hooters locations. I used to drive by 2. I
used to go in high school all the time.
So to get to church growing up, I used to have to drive by 2 because I would take Route 17 south to Route 4 west, and then I'd get off the exit there right next to Fairleigh Dickinson and go to my church in Teaneck.
So
I also used to go to the one in Paramus with my friends. And then
were you like, yo, look at this girl's boobs?
No, not really. I will say this because I might be the only guy who's done this. I used to get Hooters wings to go.
That's why. Okay.
Because I actually really enjoy their wings. Do you remember
one of the things we did on Monday Friday? It was a list of the reasons why I know you're gay.
Oh yeah.
And one of them was you get Hooters wings to go.
Yeah.
But when I went in high school, I remember there were, like they sell merch that you can get a Hooter shirt or whatever. I remember they just had like a pile of tank tops sitting there, and it was a bunch of us that went, and my high school boyfriend stole me one.
Did you wear it?
Yeah. How romantic. I used to wear my Hooters tank top with another tank top underneath and a bra because that was what you did back then to like.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, Brian agrees. The wings are the bomb.
I gotta find, maybe that's what I need to find as a My Day Friday throwback. If anyone has heard that one recently, because I know there are a bunch of people listening to old episodes, which, by the way, if you remember anything in this specific episode, send it to me because then we can maybe do a little compilation. We'll see. But I got to find that list. The reasons I know you're gay.
That was a good list.
I don't know that I would be allowed to do that today.
Whatever. We did it. It's there. I also realized like later on that I actually went on a date at Hooters. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. And then I was like,
first date?
No.
Was that the doorbell?
No, there's a plane flying close by, close overhead.
Wait, what keeps getting blocked? Are people trying to say the word Hooters?
I don't know.
No. Okay, sorry.
Let's see. My dad, who's a priest, would take us to Hooters because he loved the wings. They're good wings. Yeah, I guess seeing a guy with the white collar at Hooters would be a little weird.
I need my family to come here so I can take them to a Bikini Barista and not tell them what we're doing. My mom would be.
I don't think your family would be able to handle
this color.
Because even I was worried when I took Sam.
Sam is like a
And you know
bumbling
what?
mess.
I don't want to say too much. Oh, I guess the word Hooters is being blocked or something.
Use a Z.
Use zeros instead of the
Yeah.
O's.
Oh, that's so weird. We see it.
So it might be a setting on your end. You might have like
PG-13.
Yeah.
PG.
I'll try to have that video by tomorrow or Thursday. We have a lot of things to do, so I need to edit it down because it's kind of long. So I don't want to say too much of Sam's experience. I want you to enjoy it yourself.
Julie said, "Is your mom still coming to visit?" So, if you recall, my family, my mom, my sisters, and my nieces were supposed to come in January. That was a gift I got my mom and sister for Christmas. Flights were booked, and then COVID got bad again, and my mom got exposed to COVID. I was like, we're not doing this. We kept saying, oh, we'll do March, and then we kept looking at flights, and we're like, all right, we're going to do summer, but let's do summer. It's July, this specific weekend in July. Flights are $800.
Yeah, all these companies, everyone's talking about inflation. Let me be very clear. Airlines, the only thing that should have inflated prices right now,
I guess.
no, not even gas, is chicken and turkey.
Yes.
Because of the avian flu. Like that, if someone said, hey, that carton of eggs is going to cost you $10 because all of the chickens in America are dead, I'd go, that makes sense. I get it. But gas prices, artificial inflation.
Maybe airplanes are like, what if we get the bird flu in the air with the birds? They're scared.
How much more time do we have in this show?
Yes,
Not
there's no
much
reason
more.
for a flight to be 4 times the
Yeah.
amount of money that it was.
And they're all, it's because there's 6 companies that own everything in every
world.
sector, and they're jacking up the prices to make up for the money that they lost during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because no one was flying and they were giving away flights for free. They were giving out gas for $1 back when no one was driving because they just had to get rid of it.
So what I ended up doing, I then looked at flight. I was like, what is going on? Because even in March, a flight was $600 or $700 to come to Seattle. In March, no one wants to do that.
No.
So I looked, and it looks like in September they're in the 300. So I still will have to pay to make up for that.
But a little less. It's crazy though. I was looking up flights.
No, drown you out. See, sorry. They don't have to make up for COVID because they were all bailed out.
Yeah, most
That's
of them
the thing
are.
about airlines. Like, we gave them money.
They gave them $10 billion. Yeah, flights are ridiculous right now. Oddly enough, though, the 6-hour flight from Seattle to Hawaii on a weekend is $400. And if you're telling me I could choose to go to Hawaii
Or New Jersey.
for $400,
Or New Jersey for $8.
or New Jersey for $600 to $800, guess where I'm going
Why?
for an equal
But then you're
flight.
going to go to Hawaii and spend $47 on a piece of chicken.
Well, I was looking up Airbnbs in Hawaii, and there's like little beach huts you can rent for like $50 a month or $50 a night.
Yeah, if I go to Hawaii, I'm doing
I think I would do a beach hut, like off the grid a little bit. Terrible Wi-Fi. Just let me go sleep with crickets and whatever other sounds the bugs and the wildlife make in Hawaii. Who here in the chat has been to Hawaii?
everybody but us. Literally,
That's
the whole
not
world.
everybody. Let's see. Been there a couple times and it's paradise, says Rebash.
Almost paradise, knocking on him. Let's just think of Bachelor in Paradise. What that? Beach
Ooh,
hut.
beware of beach huts. Lizards and huge moths can get inside.
I'm out if that happens.
They'll have a net, I'm sure. Married in Hawaii, says Nicole in Southwest Florida.
Genius. Like, imagine right now you're doing a destination wedding, or like, I
If
mean,
you're doing
Sam's what? It's not a destination wedding. It is for us, and it's Thanksgiving week.
Most of her people, though, are in New Jersey.
We're gonna have to spend $5,000 to get home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but thankfully, and I think Thanksgiving travel and holiday travel in general, I think you're going to start seeing a trend where the prices don't peak as much on like 1 or 2 days. And it'll be a smaller peak for like a 2-week period. Because now, with so many companies allowing employees to work remotely, like we did it last year. It's easier for us, and granted, you might have a boss and a real job. We don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for us to fly on off-peak hours and off-peak days around holidays.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will be able to start doing that, where the demand on, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving won't be as high in a year or two. And once the prices come down from this ridiculous inflation that we have.
So.
Because it makes way more sense for someone to say, hey, I'll fly Friday night the week before Thanksgiving if I'm going back to like my hometown.
Yeah.
I'll work for 3 days remotely and do that.
Justin, Minnesota said, take the train to New Jersey and make it a special road trip.
I would like to do that, actually.
I actually was looking it up because I forget, a few months ago, there was something about how you can take a train. It's way cheaper at this point, and it's cooler.
Yeah. There's also trains now. I want to say there's one that goes through maybe Glacier National Park. Or maybe it's still a plan. I've got to look into it. This is where I wish we had like a fact checker person. A train that has like a glass top. Or like a glass cabin, essentially, where you get some of the views in the mountains. Let me know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Also, first time chat from Stephanie Lauren 8. Is that what this is? Is that an 8 or a 6? It's too far away from me. Hawaii is my favorite place to go. I do need, before we end up leaving Seattle, whenever that is, I have to go to Hawaii because it's way easier to go from here than anywhere else, really.
Rocky Mountaineer, truly moving train journeys.
There you go.
Not Glacier.
So Rocky Mountain National Park?
Yeah. See, we don't need a fact checker.
Let's see. We had a VRBO home on the north side.
Oh, that's cool. Nicole in Southwest Florida said, I took a cruise to Hawaii from California, got married on our first stop in, how do you say that? Oahu? The rest of the cruise was our honeymoon.
That's really cool.
Yeah. But like, when Martha keeps saying there's 4 of them, her family, that they have to drive. You can't, truly, you cannot.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Unless you are a millionaire.
Yeah.
That is a huge undertaking to pay for your entire family to go on a trip literally anywhere right now, ever, but even more so right now. And when my brother obviously paid for our trip to go to Disney, but originally had us also flying back to New Jersey. And then we were just going to fly here. And I was like, listen, can we adjust those flights? Because it's going to cost us $600 each to fly one way when we were looking. Yeah. Because it was around 4th of July from New Jersey to Seattle. So we
ended up booking for 3 something, right?
To go home. Yeah.
Which is one way from Seattle to New Jersey.
And my family's tickets were $224 round trip, which is nuts.
Crazy.
And my brother said, sure. So we were looking at what flights we can do. And he booked these flights like a year ago. So he was like, what do you mean flights are crazy right now? Like he isn't flying, so it wasn't comprehending. And I said, go right now and look and tell me how much it is to get from Newark, New Jersey to Orlando, which is normally.
And because he booked a while ago.
Yeah. Which is what? $200 normally?
Yeah. A New Jersey to Florida flight, it should never be more than $250 round trip.
I believe round trip when he was looking was $1,500 for one person.
That's crazy.
And I don't know if it was just that day or whatever. And he was
that's in steerage.
And then he was like, first class is $2,500. And I'm like, who is doing this?
Also, I want to shout out Dylan, who said Hawaii is overrated, but it's cool for about a week. And that's because Dylan's from Hawaii originally. And it's funny because every single person I've met who was born and raised in Hawaii says the same thing. They're like, yeah, it's nice, but you've got to get off that island. And granted, I talked to people who have gotten off that island, so there's way more that have stayed probably. And I guess like island fever, is that like a real thing? Where it's like, I got to be on the mainland. I can't just be cooped up in this island all the time. Also, things are very the cost of living in Hawaii is expensive because getting things there. Yeah. And you're excluded from every contest that you watch on TV. Alaska and Hawaii, they're never included.
Why? Because they have to fly?
I don't know. It's a great question.
We're going to find out that answer. So actually, I just got a text from someone I went to high school with that was like, hey, this is super random, likely a long shot, but I noticed that a lot of Pokemon employees are based in Seattle. Do you happen to know anyone that works there? But that would be...
Who said this?
Someone I went to high school with.
Oh.
But Pokemon, what's the parent company?
No, they're their own, it's its own brand.
Do we know, does anyone a Pokemon? A Pikachu?
Is anyone a Pikachu? Don't you hate Pikachu?
No.
You said you hated Pikachu. And Pikachu, you actually said Pikachu is ugly. I think is what you said.
What was that? Why is Hawaii not included?
No, your flights get canceled. So Sunali just asked, is that why so many flights are getting canceled because they're barely full? It's mostly because they don't have the staff for it.
Well, the flight we were on to LA had 100 open seats.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think Pokemon is its own. They have their own headquarters here, from my understanding. Because I saw someone post from outside of it kind of recently.
okay.
There you go. Tacoma Swifty. Pokemon has an office in Bellevue, doesn't it? I believe you're right. Yeah, they're based out of Bellevue.
So we got no Pikachus in here. No Charizards.
What else do you know?
Okay. Literally, if you were like, I'll give you $1 million if you say any other name.
If you can name,
I'm done. Pokemon and Pikachu and Charizard.
I will give you.
I'm looking at things. That's me. Never mind.
I will give you. Don't help her in the chat. Don't look at the chat. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. This way.
Oh, I was looking at your hand. I don't know.
Because you were trying to look at the
No,
chat
I
over
can't.
there. I will give you
I don't know.
up to $50. I'll give you $10 per Pokemon you can name. I'll give you 60 seconds.
I just said. So
You
I
can't think of anything. You're trying to
I
peek.
swear.
Hold on.
I remember catching them with the thing.
Maybe you can make some up. Let me start the timer.
Maybe I can make some up.
Maybe
Pikachu.
hold on.
Charizard.
All right, you're 60
Goblin.
seconds. Goblin's not
Google.
one. Google.
Penelope.
Yeah, you're trying to.
I swear to God. If I was trying to look, I'd get them right. There's a turtle.
15 seconds down. Triceratops.
Pterodactyl. No, they're stupid names. I know none.
Blasphemy.
There's a pink guy. What is the pink guy's name? No, that's the guy from SpongeBob I'm thinking of.
Patrick? Yeah, Patrick's not a...
I don't know. There's a pink one.
There might be.
Why give up? Diddle? You want me to know that? Jigglypuff? These aren't real.
Well, you made it 45 seconds before you gave up.
Squirtle.
Carly.
That's what I was thinking. Turtle.
Man, there's a lot. Let's see. You got Squirtle, Jigglypuff, Ditto. Who else do we have in there? Mewtwo. Oh, Mr. Mime is a good one. Wow.
Yeah. See, that was stupid. Anyway, so apparently
Can't believe you.
There's no particular reason why Hawaii and Alaska are actually not allowed in contests. It's purely logistical from promoters because they choose to restrict them. So because it's easier to get people around.
Yeah, because we used to do when I worked for Most Requested Live, which at the time was Saturday Night Online Live with Romeo. I used to do a lot of the legal things, and in the legal copy that I had, usually it was Alaska and Hawaii, but every now and then there were a couple other states that would also be exempt or not qualify or whatever. And I think a lot of it is because we were doing flyaway contests. So we would do like, a trip to Vegas to go see the Chainsmokers or something like that. And it was just way easier for the label to deal with flights in the contiguous United States.
Martha just said, and here come my kids. Because they heard us saying Why are they not in school? Summer.
It's June 6th, homie. Although in Jersey, we're still in school till like usually the 23rd to the 26th.
Which is disgusting. Yeah. Why?
Let's see. My husband does Pokemon stuff on TikTok. You got to send me that link. I got to see this Pokemon stuff. I've now fallen into restored Game Boy Instagram. So like my whole Discover page is all these accounts that redo old Game Boys and like update them with better screens. One of them has like an HDMI out so you can actually play it on Twitch while you're playing the Game Boy. It's pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
School was out May 15th.
When did they go back?
In Wichita.
I can't.
Huh. Look at that. Anyway, it is time for us to go because I think once we get into Pokemon talk, Carla Marie is out. I can't believe you failed that hard. 2 Pokemon. You couldn't even give us a Bulbasaur?
There were I know him now and Squirtle, but part of my brain.
Those are the 3 OGs.
Part of my brain wasn't unlocking. Oh, what time is it? I'll save this for tomorrow.
Okay, well, we got something for tomorrow. At least you got one thing. And we might. I've been talking to someone. There might be a surprise for Carla Marie. If it arrives today, it will be on the show tomorrow.
So is there a surprise for me? Yes, indefinitely. We just don't know the day.
It should be today.
What? No.
I'm sorry. It should be tomorrow's stream.
I'm getting a surprise. I just don't know when. Like it's something is definitely coming here.
Something should be on its way, yes.
That's not
I wasn't the one that shipped it. I don't know.
a surprise. Is it based off of something I've mentioned that I want it?
Maybe. I'm not going to let you keep guessing, though. So be here for that. Carla Marie apparently has something she was about to start that we're going to get into tomorrow. Make sure you write a note, though, so you don't forget it. Here, write whatever you were going to say on my emote note.
Okay, and
My note.
Oh, I saw some people mentioning this. Next Monday is our next merch collection.
Definitely?
Well, 99%.
Oh, so all those questions you were asking me, how come you can't, is it in depth, blah, 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 blah.
No, it is slated for Monday, but shit could hit the fan because no joke, and it's so funny now to say it, but it's legit. Supply chain issues are just absolutely absurd.
Yeah,
so,
sourcing things is a little difficult.
So next Monday, and then we're going to do a sneak peek on the show on Thursday.
All right, so that is what's here. We're not going to drag out the ending of today's show. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We will see you right here tomorrow, and if you have not done so yet, don't start another thought. It's not happening. We're not doing it.
Go sign up to come to the event.
There we go.
Wait, I got to put the link.
And if you have not done so yet, the link will be up there in a second. We're not going to turn off the stream yet. If you've not done so yet, please listen to the Morning Show podcast. See you tomorrow.